Are you wondering which blood tests to take for natural acne clearing, but you're also feeling super overwhelmed about which ones to take, how much they cost, and if they're going to help anyways? Today, I'm going over the 4 types of blood tests that you can get done to help you start to potentially heal your acne naturally, which ones I think you should, which ones I think you shouldn't get, and actually my very controversial opinion on blood tests for acne on the whole. Lego. Hi there, my name is Therese, and after 15 years of acne struggles, I finally cleared my skin naturally, and I created my acne clearing program, The Clear Code, to help you do the same. 10 years and thousands of clients later, I made it my life's work to get you clear skin without harsh chemicals, pills, and or crazy creams. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when I post a new one. So maybe you've had acne for a while now, 3 to even 10 years. And let me know if this sounds like you. You're wondering about getting blood tests done to help to start to understand what's going on with your body. Or 2, you've had blood tests done, you've spent money on them, it was expensive, and they came back as either normal or inconclusive. Is that you? There are so many different types of blood tests that you can get to help to figure out the root cause of your breakouts. I say that suspiciously. So let's go over the 4 main blood tests that you can get done to help you understand your acne challenges a little bit better. The first blood test that you can get done is a well visit panel. So it's also called a complete blood count, and it's a standard blood test done at your annual physical that provides a picture of your blood. It most likely includes some of the following items: vitamin D, blood sugar levels, fasting, A1C, thyroid, iron, cholesterol, C-reactive proteins. And this can give you a good snapshot of your overall health. The second blood test that you can get done is called a Dutch test. A Dutch test includes an analysis of sex hormones, their metabolites, overall diurnal pattern of free cortisol, cortisol metabolites, and it can provide insight into nutrient deficiencies, oxidative stress, gut dysbiosis, etc. The third test that I commonly seen marketed and or done to help potentially clear your acne naturally or give you more information about what's happening on your skin are stool tests and or gut health tests. These stool tests can evaluate your gastrointestinal health by looking at absorption, inflammation, immune response, gut microbiome, candida overgrowth, all of the things. And the final test that I see people commonly trying to use to diagnose what's happening for their acne is something like a food sensitivity test, which can measure food sensitivities to everything from dairy, seeds, grains, fish, etc. And now here is my controversial take on these last 3. I don't think they're going to tell you why you're breaking out in the first place. I know. Here's why. Blood tests give you a good snapshot of what's happening with you and your overall health, okay? Especially that CBC, that first one that I mentioned. It gives you a good snapshot, okay? If you have a high white blood cell count, for example, or low iron levels, or your thyroid levels aren't great, your cholesterol's too high, like those numbers are very important to your overall health. I also 150%, 150, advocate and urge you to get those numbers done every year. You can avoid a lot of pain and or problems by just knowing those basic health markers. Now, for those final 3, the other 3 that I mentioned, a Dutch test, a stool test, and or a food sensitivities test. I would say about 50% of my clients in the Clear Code come to me having purchased those tests, gotten the results back, and not knowing what to do with them or finding them very, very normal. So 50% of my clients have spent the money, done the research, paid for the thing, done the thing, and then did it and find out that maybe they might have some intolerances to almonds, or their estrogen levels were on the high level, on the high like range, but still totally normal, which makes them feel more confused, defeated, and feel like they wasted their money. And I talk about the complexities of acne a lot. And this is why I don't think that those last 3 tests, or really any blood test, is going to tell you why you're breaking out in the first place. And that is because acne is a systemic issue. And it involves multiple organ systems. It involves multiple tiny little details about your body, mind, and soul, all of which can come together to create the perfect storm to create acne for you at the pore level. I do not believe that there is a one-size-fits-all approach, and I don't believe that there's one pill, cream, hormone, or food that's either going to fix your acne or give you acne in the first place. Now, let's say you have gotten some blood tests done for your acne specifically. Let's say a hormone test, a stool test, or a food sensitivities test, and they all came back maybe normal. I wanted to share 2 common reasons that that could happen. The first reason that your hormones might come back as normal, but are actually not perfect and are actually contributing to your acne have to do with engaging or experiencing a temporary lifestyle shift that can temporarily shift your hormones, but not permanently. Let me explain. Towards the end of my acne clearing journey, I had decided to become a fitness instructor. So I was doing a lot of working out. I went from taking a stroll down the street to lifting heavy 4 to 5 hours a day, okay? For 5 days a week. It was intense. I loved it, but it was intense. And at the end, towards the end of that training, my acne had migrated from where it normally was to underneath my jawline. Right here. I had these huge painful cysts. They hurt me and my soul, and they drove me crazy. Now, I didn't have my hormones tested at the time. I wasn't necessarily at that point too. I had had acne for 15 years. So I was like, oh, we have a new spot in a new place. Love it. What else is new? But that being said, from everything I know now, there was a temporary increase in androgen due to high levels of weightlifting, high levels of exercise, which caused increased sebum levels at the pore, driven largely probably by an increase in testosterone, stress hormones, cortisol, epinephrine, all of which can come from intense exercise. And as a result, I just had more acne that showed up here. If I had gotten a blood test result, it might have shown high levels of testosterone, but it also might have shown testosterone levels in the normal range, which is a wide range for levels that are acceptable in women, but it could have been higher for me. So again, I'm going to use kind of random numbers, but let's say your testosterone levels are at a 10 normally and your body's really, really happy. And let's say the normal range is anywhere from 5 to 25 for a normal level of testosterone. These are not the real numbers. And let's say you normally hang out at 10. Perfect. Great. And then you start a big workout routine and you increase testosterone, you increase sebum levels at the pore, and you start breaking out. But you go and you get your hormones tested and your testosterone is at an 18. 5 to 25 is a totally normal range. You're at 18, you're not even really necessarily on the high end, but you were previously at 10. You didn't know that, but you were previously at 10. These are the blind spots with these blood tests, is they're like this quick snapshot, especially too for women. Our hormones are constantly going like this, like literally this up and down roller coaster. And we see that too when and if you get your blood test done at the wrong time in your cycle, for example, it's going to show completely different numbers. And so that's also important. I'm going to come back to that. That being said, here are 3 questions you can ask yourself if you know you're struggling with hormonal acne and you want to figure out what could potentially be going wrong outside of just trying to find a blood test. And these questions have to do with lifestyle changes that can impact your hormonal acne. So for example, number 1, have you suddenly started any type of intense physical working out? Have you decided to run for a marathon? Have you decided to become a powerlifter? Those things can impact androgen levels at the pore and they can impact oil levels. Second question is, have you recently lost a significant amount of weight? Let's say more than 15 to 20 pounds. That can also have an impact on your thyroid, your blood sugar levels, insulin levels. That can have a huge impact on your skin. And again, you may have lost weight because you balanced your blood sugar levels. So blood sugar levels may show up as being fantastic, in the fantastic range. However, your body's shifted and your skin is showing it. So it's almost like you'll get a normal result from, let's say, a A1C perspective, which is the measure of your blood glucose levels over 3 months, but it won't show up as anything wrong there. The third question to ask yourself, which is very common because we all experience these problems, is have you been experiencing an extreme amount of stress lately? This could be a move, a breakup, financial stress, anything. If you've experienced a lot of stress and you've noticed that your skin has gone crazy and your blood tests are normal, it's most likely because you're having these sharp increases in cortisol, epinephrine, adrenaline, which are not often tested for in a lot of those tests. And that may be spiking oil levels at the pore, which can increase acne. And so just knowing a little bit about how that stress and acne link works is also very important. Another reason, the second reason you could be getting blood tests done for your acne and showing up as normal has to do with nutrient levels. I often see clients struggling with nutrient challenges when they come to me because they've either, number 1, been on the birth control pill for an extended period of time, or number 2, have had gut health issues linked to long-term antibiotic use and or the birth control pill, like I just mentioned. Here is the science behind what I'm talking about. I just wanted to share a little information from a resource, PubMed, about how many women who have been on the pill can often be deficient in vitamins B2, B3, B6, B12, C, folate, magnesium, zinc, etc. And a lot of these vitamins can be very, very supportive from an anti-inflammatory perspective. Also, combine this with some gut dysbiosis after taking antibiotics for an extended period of time or being on the birth control pill for an extended period of time, and you have this perfect storm of acne challenges wherein you aren't able to absorb nutrients efficiently, you aren't able to assimilate them efficiently, and then as a result, you're either constipated, you're experiencing gut dysbiosis, you are low in zinc, vitamin A, all of these vitamins that help to lower inflammation, and then you have acne show up. All of these factors that I just mentioned won't necessarily be seen on a blood test, right? You can see certain vitamin levels as being low, for example, but you're often not going to be tested for zinc. And or let's say you were low in vitamin A or vitamin D, very common deficiency. Let's say you were low in vitamin D, but you start taking some vitamin D and it doesn't really fix the challenges. You also might be dealing with an excess of the wrong type of bacteria in your gut. So again, you can kind of see how all of these challenges are linked to one another. Normal blood test ranges can mean so many different things too. Normal depends on your age, your pregnancy or non-pregnancy history, your genetic history. A woman who is 21 years old who is from Florida and has never had any kids will have very different blood work probably than a woman who lives in Italy who's had 5 children, who's 38 years old. Those levels of hormones, gut health, all these different things are going to be very, very different. And so you have to be really careful too that you're looking at the normal ranges for your body, your skin, your genetic history, and your life history. So that being said, you can kind of tell that I'm not a huge fan of you spending a lot of money on things like gut health tests, food sensitivity tests, and or Dutch panels necessarily, especially if you have like a normal period and you aren't having any extreme symptoms. They usually just end up being this quick snapshot that makes you feel more confused and you don't know what to do with the information. Now, that being said, if you still want to go, because I have a feeling you might, this is what I would recommend. Once a year, do your CBC and request things like your A1C. So you know what's going on with your blood sugar, do fasting blood glucose levels. So you really have a picture of like overall blood sugar health, some thyroid stuff. Do that once a year for sure. And if you really want to get your hormones tested, you want to go between days 2 and 5 of your period. So the first few days of your cycle. And along with your CBC, you could ask for a hormone panel test, which includes things like progesterone, estrogen, FSH, and LH, to determine kind of where you are. And at that point in your cycle, all of your hormones are at their lowest, most quote unquote calm levels. So that's a good way to get some information. That being said, if you feel like you have tried absolutely everything for your acne and you've gotten blood test results back and you feel like they've only confused you more, it's been years that you've been struggling with this challenge and you just want someone to tell you what's going on with your skin and give you an action plan to start to clear your acne naturally, apply to my acne clearing program, the Clear Code, via the link below. We define your root acne triggers via our Clear Code system. We determine the action plan that you'll put in place to start to clear your acne naturally. And then over time, we will create a lifestyle that supports clear skin, AKA your Clear Code, so that you can maintain your skin, eat donuts, hang out on the beach, and not even worry about whether or not you're going to have a breakout the next day. The goal is that you are hanging out on the beach, feeling fine, feeling confident, and your skin is clear. If you want to learn a little bit more, that being said, about your root acne triggers in general, take my acne personality quiz via the link below and watch my root acne triggers webinar. It goes really, really deep into the 7 main reasons for acne breakouts in the first place, plus 9 action steps you can take to start to clear your acne naturally. And if you know anyone that this video could help, please send them this video. I would love to see if I could help them, support them, and or be like kind of the spark in the darkness when it comes to acne clearing, because I completely understand how disheartening and discouraging it can be. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.